love. So what if it's not reciprocated? I told her don't rush, got on with your rise. Guess it's all a game of patience. She said, what if I dive deep? Will you come in after me? Would you share your flaws with me? Let me know. I told her thinking is
Welcome back to Real Talk with Mr. Anonymous. It's your boy back at you again, man. We going on, I think I saw 7th episode, man. We in here pushing. We keep pushing. We push. All right. Hey, man, we keep pushing. We keep moving. Welcome back to Real Talk, Mr. Anonymous. I'm back at y'all again, man. I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in, for listening. All the comments, all the subscribers, man, everybody who's showing me love, real love out here, man. I appreciate it, man. We back at it again to give y'all another week's edition, man. Of what we call that real talk. We're gonna get into, man. We got a good show today, man. We not only gonna get into some sports, we're gonna get into some other topics that it just been on my mind lately that me and my wife were discussing. We're just gonna get into a lot of stuff, man. We're gonna get into Clippers read up, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Man, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into what that means for the Western Conference Finals and who are the Kings of LA. We're going to get into Russell Westbrook requesting a trade. Who might be the best fit for him? I know he says a mutual interest between Miami, but the Pistons also talking about they might want to get him. Then we're going to get into, man, Melvin Gordon, man, for the Chargers holding out. Say if he don't get a new contract, he want to be traded. Man, I talked a little bit about it, that precedence that Le'Veon Bell set. So this is a part of that. Man, we also going to get into, man, a little breakdown of something that was sad that happened in the NFL. The 7th round draft pick, man, Kendall Norton had his arm amputated. And what that means for his career, man. God bless. Pray for him that he continues to have much success in life. We're going to get into a little bit of interracial dating, man. That's been a topic of a subject for a very long time, especially amongst black women. So we're going to get into our opinion and how we feel about that, man. So without further ado, man, we're going to get into the show, man. We're going to first start talking about this Kawhi Leonard. And then he goes and get Paul George, and Oklahoma trades him to pair up with the Clippers. Tough move, man. I told y'all about Kawhi Leonard. I told y'all Kawhi that dude, man. Kawhi be pulling them moves out of the hat trick on your ass, man. I mess with Kawhi, real talk, man. This Clippers team, man, gonna be interesting. They went to the playoffs with a bunch of nobodies except for my boy Sweet Lou. Sweet Lou always show up. Lou Williams, Patrick Beverly back. Man, I mean, with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, two of the top arguably 5 defensive players in the league. You could say they're 1 and 2, really. 1 or 2 defensive players in the league can get their own shot off. Paul George move without the ball. Kawhi move without the ball. You got length there, man. They're gonna be tough, man. They're gonna be real tough this year, man. It's gonna, like I told y'all, it's gonna be a tough road for Golden State. A lot of pieces are gone. They traded Andre Iguodala. Sean Livingston is confirmed they're cutting. So, man, they bench gonna be real light right now, man. They're gonna have to do some re-up and add some more pieces in there, man. But I don't think this year, I think that dynasty is over with, man. I don't think there's no more championships for them. I just really don't. But I feel like the Clippers got to deal with my boys in L.A., that monster that they call Bron. That monster that they call Bron and AD. And we got Boogie now, and we gonna boogie on them. Oh man, it's gonna be a very interesting year, y'all. Man, y'all pay attention. Y'all pay attention to these games. All these games at the Staples Center. Y'all pay attention to them, man. Y'all pay attention to this Western Conference Finals. You got Damian Lillard re-ing up with the Portland Trail Blazers. You still got the Jazz with Mike Conley gonna be looking real nice in Spada. Oh man, it's going down in the Western Conference, man. The Western Conference is gonna be, man, it's gonna be dope, man. And the Eastern Conference ain't gonna be no slouch either, man. You got, I don't know, we know KD gonna be out for the year, so I don't expect the Brooklyn Nets to really do a whole lot this year. Other than Kyrie might take them to the playoffs, but I don't expect them to do a whole lot. But the interesting thing about Golden State that we forgot to mention is they got D'Angelo Russell, man. I talked, that's a young gunner right there. I told y'all, man, that D'Angelo Russell is coming from. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he paired with him, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, how that paired with Draymond Green. So it's gonna be an interesting duel, man, that they signed, man. I don't know, man. I'm up in the air on how that's gonna go, man. You got 2 point guards, so I don't know, man. I mean, you gonna play 2 point guard game? You know, both. He got some decent size on him. I think he's about 6'3". But man, that Western Conference gonna be finals. You gonna be fire, man. You gonna have Golden State. You know, you're gonna have LA, and then you're gonna have the Clippers. All three, them top 3 slots right there. So man, we're gonna have a great year in basketball next year. Y'all, my words, y'all heard it here first on Real Talk with Mr. Anonymous. And your boy Kawhi Leonard took a haircut. 3 years, reportedly, $103 million to let Paul George 4-year, 136 contract that he signed back in Oklahoma back in 2018. He took a haircut, man. So, man, I don't know, man. We're going to see how that's going to go, man. And they got DeAndre Jordan on over there. Big weight. Yeah, DeAndre Jordan over there, too. Like my boy Kevin Gates say, big weight. So they got DeAndre Jordan over there, too, man. It's going to be so fun, man, this upcoming season, man. I'm very interested to see what's going to go on, man. I'm anxious to see how the season going to play out, how all the pieces going to move together, what other moves are going to be made before the playoffs and before the All-Star game, man. It's just going to be lit, man. It's going to be a lit basketball season next year. I ain't been excited about basketball in a long time like I am this season. But, man, we expect big things from them. God, Lord willing, nobody don't get any major injuries. And, man, it's going to be a race to the finals, man. I promise you, this is going to be a season like we never seen before in a long time. Competitive at the highest level, man. Y'all pay attention to what I said. I don't talk just to be talking, man. I do this, man. So, man, yeah, man, excited about that news, man. Kawhi and Paul George and the Clippers, LeBron and AD. We're going to see how that, that narrative plays out. It's always a narrative in the NBA, and that's going to be another narrative for us and how that plays out, man. So y'all pay attention carefully to see how that plays out. And speaking of that, you got his counterpart, Russell Westbrook, says there's mutual interest between him and Miami. And the Pistons are actually talking about possibly. I think the Pistons would be a good fit for him, Blake, and Drummond. I think that'll be a 1-2 tandem right there, you know what I mean, that can really kind of make some noise in the East. How far they can go, not sure. I've never been I'm a big Russell Westbrook fan. I don't know if I'm a fan of his style of playing, if that can take you to a championship or take you to the finals. But we will see if a trade can get made. His time is up in his time is up in OKC. It's time for them to retool that lineup. So it's time up. Sometimes you overwhelm your welcome. The welcome is he overran his welcome. He did everything he could possibly do. He went through a lot of transitions, and it's time for a fresh start for him, man. I think he's evolved as a player. We seen that last year with him kind of handing over the keys to Paul George. So, man, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. We're going to keep you posted on where he goes, if he stays, if he go to Miami, or if the Pistons pick him up. And there's some other valuable teams out there too, but it's going to be tough because he has a healthy contract. He's making about $37 or $38 million over the next 3 years. So that's going to be tough to make that deal work. You're going to have a lot of moving pieces to make that deal work. So, man, we'll see how it goes, man. Super, super excited about this upcoming season, man. And we're going to see what happens, man. And it's been a lot of movement around the NBA. It's been a lot of free agents signing everywhere. Boston kind of tooled up a little bit, and we're going to see what they're going to do and how they're going to come out the gate. Miami got Jimmy Butler now, and we're going to see how that works out for them with Dion Waiters and Dragic. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting, man. We're going to see how everything plays out, man. We really is, man. It's really going to be, like I said, tell y'all again, it's going to be an exciting 2019-2020 basketball season. You're not going to want to miss not one game, man, especially going down to the stretch when it's time to get the first, second, and third seed, man. It's going to be exciting. And my boy Bron back in the gym said he going to put on that headband. He going to be Kung Fu Bron. So we looking for Kung Fu Bron this year. Y'all know what that means, man. Motivated. We're going to see what kind of LeBron came out. He looked a little bit bewildered. He looked a little bit tired last year. He looked a little bit discouraged last year because of his situation. But, I think with them adding AD and Boogie, I think that's going to uplift the spirits, man. They add some more pieces, too. You signed Avery Bradley. You got Jared Dudley. You got Danny Green. You still got Kuzma. So man, yeah, I mean they stacked their roster. Rondo re-signed again. I like it, man. We're gonna see how all the pieces add. That's a lot of talent, but you can put it on paper and it look good on paper, but how is it gonna look when it come out, during the season? So super excited about that, man. And we're gonna take a quick commercial break, man, and we're gonna get back into some other news, some NFL news. And then we're gonna step on this subject of race relations, man. Like I told y'all, this is not just a podcast. I try to talk a little bit about a little bit of everything and touch on subjects that some people won't touch on, some controversial things that people might not like to say or not want anybody to say. But, man, we're going to touch on it all, man. I advise y'all, man, to go to my Instagram page, I advise y'all to go to my Instagram page, Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. Like some of my photos, send me a message, tell me some of the topics that y'all like for me to talk about. We'll pull some random, names out of that hat, and we'll talk about those situations, man. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break, man, and we'll be right back with you.
I told her don't flash, got out your eyes. Guess it's all a game of patience. She said, what if I dive deep? Will you come in after me? Would you share your flaws with me?
Back with your Real Talk, Mr. Anonymous, man. Like I told y'all on a few podcasts ago, I told y'all that it's always in life, man. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, and it might not benefit you, but it might benefit the next man. It might not come around when you need to come around, but in the future, it's going to benefit another young man to come up. And that's what this situation is about. Reportedly, running back Melvin Gordon has informed the LA Chargers that unless he receives a new contract, he would not be reporting to training camp, and he is demanding a trade. Gordon, 26, is scheduled to make his last year of his 5-year option is $5.6 million. As we all know, a lot of the other running backs are getting 14 to 15. I don't got a problem with this. I just say this. His numbers speak for themselves. He's second in touches, 1,079 yards from scrimmage. He's third with 5,205 TDs. He's 38 with third. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. If we look at the numbers, the man has been producing. I don't think it's nothing wrong with wanting another contract before your contract ends, especially for a running back. Your shelf life is 5 to 6 years. Get that bag while you can. And these organizations and these NFL owners do everything they can do to not pay the running back. And to me, that's one of the most valuable positions on the field other than the quarterback. I mean, wide receiver is valuable too, but a running back is just as valuable because he's required to do a lot of things. He's required to carry the ball. He's required to block. He's required to catch out of the backfield. So he's essentially a running back. And if you one of those versatile running backs, you're a running back / wide receiver like Le'Veon Bell, which Melvin Gordon seems to be. So I don't have a problem with the man requesting his money or requesting a trade. I think the NFL is taking key notes from the NBA, how players getting paid in the NBA, how players are demanding trades. That's because it's a players league, NBA. The players rule that league. The coaches don't rule that league. The owners don't rule the league. The players do. And I think for the brutal sport of football and how it is played, NFL should have the upper hand on it being a players league. They just don't have a strong NFLPA that is willing or that has been great with structuring their contracts, with these non-guaranteed contracts. And they let Roger Goodell basically punk them. They let Roger Goodell punk them into not getting what they want. And you're going to see a lot of other players either sitting out, requesting trades. They deserve to make as much as money as the NFL, as the NBA makes, because the NFL makes just as much money. It's just the owners are getting the bulk of the majority of the money in the NFL, which the NBA owners are getting money, but players are also getting paid very well. And like I said, for the level of toughness, the level of what you have to do to become an NFL player, and that wear and tear that takes on your body, you deserve to get paid. So kudos to Melvin Gordon, man, putting your foot down and saying this is what it is, homie. Either you get paid or either you pay me or you trade me. I ain't taking no haircuts. I rise with that. So we'll see how this situation play out. And you will see a lot more situations like this from players demanding you trades or sitting out like Le'Veon Bell did. You will see more of that, and you will see players in the NFL getting more control over the money and getting paid what they should be paid. Maybe not what they should be paid, but getting paid more than they would normally getting paid before their contract runs out. Because I believe if a man outperforms his contract, pay him. Now, if he does not perform his contract, that's a different thing. But if I outperform my contract and you're only paying me $5 million a year and the other top running backs in the league are making 14, I need at least 8 to 10, player. You feel me? So that's how I look at it, man. And shout out to him, man. Get that bag, man. Keep applying pressure to him. And if the players come in the league and they do their money right and they can afford to sit out a year in order to get what they want, by all means, you're running back. Your shelf life is very limited. Get that bag, get that money, put that pressure on them, and make them make some kind of adjustment, whether it be a trade or what you call them. I'm not the type that you should play no matter what because you get paid millions of dollars. Well, you get paid millions of dollars because that's what your skill set says you get paid. So it's all about skill set. And if any of us in the regular world was doing the same thing and we worked our regular job and it was based on, let's say, performance, and you outperform your contract and your counterpart that sat across from you, your cubicle, if he getting paid more than you, we will be the same thing. So, man, y'all cut that out, man. Stop acting like these players is being greedy or they trying to get money. You will be the same way if you had the opportunity. You just don't have the opportunity. Let's just keep it real. You don't have the opportunity to get that $1 million bag, because if you did, you would want the same thing. So I don't ever try to tell a man about his pockets and what he should do and how he should do it. Get that bag when you can get that bag and get the most that you can get based upon your performance. If your performance says you can get more, guess what? Get that bag, man. I like it. Get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. So, yeah, Melvin Gordon, we'll see how that situation plays out. We'll talk a little bit more on that. Football season is coming up, so I haven't been talking a lot about football. There's been some few moves made as it gets closer to next month as the Hall of Fame game is played. We'll get some more into that football. Yeah, we're gonna get into that football. We're gonna get it. I'm about that sports life. Yeah, I am. I'm about that sports life. Don't think it's just about basketball, man. I'm about that sports life, man. So we're gonna get into all that when the time is appropriate and necessary. And more stories and headlines are coming out, man. Want to talk something about today, man, that kind of I looked at it and it made me sad. Cops were saying that the accident that everybody know that where the Dolphins player Kendrick Norton lost his arm. They said they plan on charging them. You know, I don't know, man. It's a sad situation when you've been given a God-given ability to provide for your family, and then when that's taken away from you. But something that we should learn in every situation, that there's always setbacks no matter where you are, who you are in life. You have to pick yourself back up and get back up from those setbacks, man. You can't let those setbacks get you down. I'm pretty sure he's down right now because his career may be over probably, but never let the setbacks get to you, man. We always going to push forward. With entrepreneurs, with your job, whatever it is that you're trying to do in life, man, it's always going to be setbacks, man. It's always going to be struggles, man. But we got to push forward. We got to keep pushing. We got to put our best foot forward, man. Shake ourselves off and get back up. We fall again, we shake ourselves up and get back up again, man. That is the motto. You fall, you shake yourself up, and you get back off, man. You let nothing in life deter you from what you are supposed to be doing or your purpose in life. And always know, man, I always say this, I always know that God is with you every step of the way of the journey of everything that you go through, no matter what it is. We all go through severe, as they call, cycles in life. We just got to be willing to go into those cycles and go into those hard times with our head lift up and our chest out, man, and keep grinding and know that, you know, God is with you. And what is for you, man, I always tell y'all, what's for you, what God has for you, no man can take away from you. If it's for you, it's for you. It don't matter what happened in your life, it's for you. So I'm gonna pray for this man. I hope this man comes out, man. I hope it's one of those triumph stories, one of those testimonies, man, that we hear, that he made it through, that he was able to continue to provide for his family in some form of fashion or way. and keep pushing forward, man. We're gonna pray for Kendrick Norton. I know he's going through probably a rough time, man. We're gonna pray for him, man, and God bless him. Salute, man. So yeah, man. We're gonna take another quick break, man, and we're gonna get into this little topic, man, that's been going around, man. A lot of people been talking about it. We're gonna talk about race relation, black guys dating white women. We're gonna talk about white men and Asian men. We're gonna talk about a little bit of race relations. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you.
She said, baby, I'm afraid to fall in love. So what if it's not reciprocated? I told her don't rush, girl, don't you rush. Guess it's all a game of patience. She said, what if I dive deep? Will you come in after me? Would you share your flaws with me? Never know. I told her thinking is I'm wrong. Love will happen when it wants. I know it hurts sometimes, but don't let it go.
Hey, it's your boy back with you. Real Talk with Mr. Anonymous, man. This is my 7th episode. I just want to take some time out and say I'm thankful, man. I'm blessed that I was able to make a dream a reality, man. I've been thinking about doing a podcast, as y'all know, for a long time, man, and it finally, my dream finally came true. So I am very, very grateful that I'm able to, that I was able to actually do something that I dreamed of doing, something that I thought about for a long time. I want to give a shout out to that special person. Again, you know who you are, my wife, man, for motivating me and telling me that this is a lane I can get in, man. I appreciate it. Love her to death, man. So yeah, man, we're gonna get into this race relation thing, as I was talking about to y'all, man. And been having a lot of conversations, you know, just in general with a lot of different people. And I don't before we even start, let me say this. Excuse me. Sorry, before we even start, let me say this. I'm a big proponent of you can't help who you love. Period. Bottom line, point blank. I truly do believe that. You know, you love who you love, and you can't help who you fall in love with and who God has for you. With that being said, I go back and forth a lot, because in this world we live in, you see a lot of black guys with white women. Like, it's a validation that if you're a black man and you have money, you have to run and get you a white woman. Almost like it's like it's required for you to be for you to have a lot of money. That, hey, the next step is, like, it's a manual for the next step is get me a white woman. And I don't buy that, man. I really don't buy that, man. I don't have a problem if you love who you love, that's fine. If you date all kind of women, that's fine. But what I do have a problem with is the men that come out and say they don't date black women, they only date white women. That I have a problem with, man, because to me, and maybe it's just me, I just feel like there's so many beautiful black women of all shades and all colors that there's no reason that no black men should not be dating or be limit themselves where they can't date a black woman. I don't believe that at all. I think what we should do, or what they should do, is basically just open itself up and say, hey, I like to date all different kinds of women, because you don't see white men on a regular. Now, this is on a regular. You don't see white men dating white women, dating black women. White men stay with their race. Asian men stay with their race. Africans stay with their race. Well, Africans, we are African, but you know, different foreigners stay with their race. They all stay with their race. We are the only ones as a community that get some money, and we don't keep it in our community. You know what I mean? Like, if you dated a bunch of different women, okay, just so be it. You just happen to meet this white woman that you fell in love with, you happen to be another race, Asian or whatever it may be, or somebody from London. You know, if you meet another race, and that's fine, and you fall in love with that person, that's fine. But don't black men. Let's not limit ourselves and make ourselves look dumb by saying, "Oh, I don't date black women because black women got attitudes, and I only date white women." Come on, man, that's bullshit, man. Don't do that, man. That's a setback for us as far as being a black man. But what I will say is also this: black men that call themselves anti-black, and they always talk about black movements. I'm sorry, you just, to me, it's phony if you have a white woman on your arm and you call yourself anti-black. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're anti-black and you all about the black movement, but then you have that's just, you can't be anti-black then. You know what I mean? You just talking off the top of your head, off the top of your dome. It sounds good. But other than that, I have no problem with people dating whoever they. So don't get this confused. Date whoever you want to date. You know what I mean? It's your real. Ain't nobody can't tell you nothing. Just stop limiting ourselves and stop, black men. Let's stop being so damn, what's the words? Being so damn stupid by saying we only date white women because black women got to, when your mama is black, when your kids is black, when your sister is black. I mean, come on, man. We're making ourselves look bad, you know, as a race of men. And men, we got to do better. You know, we have to do better. We have to hold up our queens high. We have to hold up our black queens high, man, because, you know, without them, where will we be? Prime example, anytime somebody gets shot or anything, some kind of march going on, who we going after when a march going on? Black women stand up for black men when a march going on. And this is just a thumb of rule for me. If I was dating another race or outside another race, and on a big platform, now we're just talking about a big platform where you're recognizable and everybody knows you. And if she can't come out and say nothing about the things that plague our community, what you with her for? That means she don't care about your community. Another thing, if you're a black man and you are dating white women, and these white women have no other black friends, you're the first black person they're around. Every time you go around, it's nothing but white people. You already know what time it is. She only wants you for the money, period. So let's just smarten up, man. I'm not, like I said, I'm not at all trying to say I'm racist, or I'm not at all trying to say nothing against other races. I'm not trying to say nothing against white women. They're beautiful women of all cultures. There are beautiful white women also. There are beautiful Spanish women. They're beautiful men. There's beautiful women of every race and every color. I've seen them. But I'm just saying, like, let's not play the okey doke, okay? Let's not play the fool, man. Let's be smarter than that. Let's think better. Let's think on a more positive tip than that. Let's give these black queens out here a try. Don't limit yourself and say, that means you're limiting yourself to only one set of people. You're ostracizing the black woman. Don't ostracize the black woman, man. Let's hold these black women high, man, because in high regard, man, because they've always been there and they've always held us down forever. Like I said, not against race relations, not against black and white or black and Asian, whatever you may be. I'm not against any of that. That is your business. I'm just giving you my personal opinion on it from the conversation discussions that I've had, especially from a black woman's perspective. They hate to see black men and say they don't like black women. That's a very, very bad sign for them. And I think it really hurts them to the core to know that your mama black, your daughter's black, your sister black, but you can't mess with black women. Man, let's cut that out, man. There's beautiful black women out there. There's beautiful queens out there. Let's raise them. Let's lift them high, man. I'm a lover of all people, man. One love to everybody, man. I love everybody, man. And I always love everybody. If anybody that knows me, they know I'm a lover of all people. So, man, God bless y'all, man. I just wanted to kind of speak on that because it was something that was on my mind. So I just wanted to kind of speak on that. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to be back with some final thoughts of the show, man. We'll be right back with you.
A bag full of shit that we don't want, but I can't unpack it for you, baby. She said, what if I dive deep? Will you come in after me?
Back with you after that quick commercial break. Real Talk Mr. Anonymous, man. We about to close out the show. Man, y'all go check me out. I'm on YouTube, Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. I'm on Instagram, Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. I'm on Twitter, Real Talk Mr. Anonymous. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on iTunes. I'm on Google Play. I'm on Spotify, man. Go subscribe, check me out. Go back to some other podcasts and check those out, man. Listen to all those, man. And this is the food. I like to give y'all food for thought, to give you something to think about before we end the show, man. I want y'all to listen to this, man. It's a quote that I just recently heard, and it just stuck with me. It says, "Don't carry your mistakes around with you. Instead, place them under your feet and use them as stepping stones to rise above them." Again, don't carry your mistakes around with you. Instead, place them under your feet and use them as stepping stones to rise above them. Man, that's deep, man. Y'all think about what I said, man. That's deep stuff. Everybody out there I want to also say, everybody out there that's chasing a dream, trying to be an entrepreneur, dream high, dream big. Don't let nobody tell you that your idea is not a good idea. Don't let nobody discourage you in what you're trying to do. Keep pushing. Reach for the stars. Reach for the moon, man. We're going to all get there one day in due time, in God's time, man. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good week, man. We'll be back at you later on. Real Talk Miss Anonymous, y'all. Salute.
She said, baby, I'm afraid to fall in love. So what if it's not reciprocated? I told her don't rush, girl, don't you rush. Guess it's all a game of patience. She said, what if I dive deep? Will you come in after me? Would you share your flaws with me? Never know. I told her thinking is I'm wrong. Love will happen when it wants. I know it hurts sometimes, but don't let it go. 'Cause I want you. I want you. I want you. 'Cause I want you. I want you. I want you. She said, what if I tell you all the things I've done? Would you run away from me? I told her, baby, we all got bags full of shit that we don't want.